Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another action and thriller month. And this is a 1997 American action martial arts film directed and choreographed by Tony Lung Soo Hyung, an Asian guy. The film was produced by Keith W. Strandberg and Win Si Yoon and stars Gary Daniels, Chuck Jeffries, and Darren Shalavi. And that's Blood Moon. Yeah, this is from my friend Salvatore. He wanted me to review more 80s and 90s action films, and this is one of them. This one's decent. I'm not a big fan. I didn't love the film, but I thought the film had a lot of clout, and it does have a lot of great action sequences. So basically, the plot is this. At a local gym in New York City, heavyweight boxing champion Eddie Cunningham is finished with his workout for the night, hears a noise, and then he gets attacked by this guy with a mask. And then the next day, Detective Chuck Baker, a wisecracking cop who, I'll get to that. He has a penchant for magic, is called to investigate Eddie's death. This is the fourth death of a recent wave of possible connected killing sprees in New York City. When Chuck returns to the office, is making fun of Chief Hutchins, gets him in hot water with the chief. He tells him that he doesn't solve the case, he will have it transferred to Poughkeepsie. Yeah, and then you have You have Gary Daniels who shows up later, and he teams up with the black guy to solve the mystery of who's been killing all these world champion martial artists and such. And the film is well cast. Like, Gary Daniels is okay. I'm not a big fan. I think he's a good fighter. His acting is hit and miss for me. I just think that he doesn't have as much screen presence as Arnold or Stallone or Jean-Claude Van Damme. He has the same face the whole movie. He's not a very expressive actor, I just think the other ones are much better. Now, Chuck Jeffries, this guy, he pretty much is, he sounds like Eddie Murphy. Like, I call him Discount Eddie Murphy because he sounds just like Eddie Murphy in the 80s when he was doing Beverly Hills Cop and 48 Hours. He sounds just like Eddie Murphy. And he's a good actor. I like him. He probably steals the film. You also have Darren Shalavi. He's the main villain. He passed away. Oh, I didn't know, at the age of 42, man. Too soon. He was a decent villain. He had his moments. He died from a heart attack caused by atherosclerosis. Yeah, that's too bad. Because he had his time. He had some pretty decent fighting moves. And he probably would have been in the Expendables, but he did the best he could. The rest of the cast, no, I don't care about that pop up. Oh yeah, Rob Van Dam is in the movie. I knew that was him. I'm like, is that Rob Van Dam? It's like the wrestler. He was in ECW at the time. He has a cameo in the movie. You have a cutie by the name of Kelly Willing, played by Brandy Rocky. She's cute in the film, but I don't like what they do with her character at the end. You have Gary Daniels' family, Megan and Lauren O'Hara, played by Nina Rapida and Lee Jones. Yeah, they do fine, but they're not in the film that much. And then you also have Frank Gorshin as the Chief Hutchins. He's always fun to watch. I miss him a lot. He was the original Riddler in the 60s Batman show. Very fun actor. He's overacting, but that's what he does best. And he's not cracking jokes because he's very serious in the movie, and he was much older here. And like I said, the action and the stunt work is top-notch. This is the kind of action film I miss. No CGI, no wireworks of doom, no freaking, bad editing and shaky cam. You can see the fight scenes. What Asians did well when they directed films in the 80s and the 90s is that they can keep the camera steady and you can see everything. Nowadays, everything is like this. It's like they're shaking the camera and you can't see anything. I want to see what's going on. I don't want to see a person's face like this close to the camera, like this. I want to see something that's fluid, like what I'm doing right now. Steady cam. I'm not shaking the camera. I'm in frame. You can see every kick, punch, finger poke of doom. That's why the villain kills his victims. And the film has a good look to it. It's shot well in New York City. There's a couple of other familiar faces. There's a guy from the Ernest movies that's on a computer hacker or something like that. And he's fun in the movie. He's basically there to be like, oh, I like to watch porn on the computer. And this is back in the 90s when there was no there wasn't streaming. Back then you had to see a disc or something. And the film is R-rated. This is not a kid's movie. There's a lot of violence. There's some curse words here and there, more in the second half. And there's some nudity and some sexual content. nothing graphic. It's not Blonde, which is coming out. Uh, but it's a decent movie. I do like the action in the film. That's what you see it for. It delivers. The ending is kind of has a stupid twist, but it's not the worst. Like, it's just kind of dumb. Like what happens with the bomb at the end. I'm not going to say anything, but if you're interested in the movie, they have it on YouTube, so you can watch it for free. It's something to watch on YouTube. It's not something you need to buy on DVD on Amazon. I thought it was just decent. Not a great film. 3 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. I'm going to do that later. But it is a well-made movie. For the time, it's still better than some action movies that came out this year, like the 355, The Gray Man, etc. Yeah, you can do better, Hollywood. Learn from movies like this. Not perfect, but it's at least well shot. And the action is plentiful. It's not one action scene at the end, like Fan Snorestick. It's well done. And I think, it's worth a watch at least once. I watched it and I'm glad I did. So anyway, I'm going to keep it short. Like I said, the movie is what it is. Not perfect, but some of the acting is hit and miss, and it was a little bit. It was an hour and 37 minutes. It wasn't too long, so I got through it. But anyway, that's enough for me for talking about Blood Moon from 1997. That movie, because there's other movies called Blood Moon, and it's decent. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next review.